Racial confusion, that's what we're talking about. We've been talking with Robert, who admits that he is often accused of being too white, and even admits that there are times that he was wishing he was white. Pamela, a biracial woman from Los Angeles, says that she too at times has wished she was white, but she has come to understand herself a bit more and doesn't understand why anyone would want to be a color that they're not. Well, Robert, something happened between you and your mother that has to deal with this so-called racial confusion issue over Christmas. What happened?
Well, it started, I was getting dressed. I was going to go out with some of my friends from home, and I walked into the living room, and my sister says, "Those are nice shoes you're wearing." And I said, "Well, thank you." She said, "What kind are they?" And I said, "They're Harley Davidson." And then she got really, really quiet, and I said, "Well, what's wrong?" She said, "Those are white people's shoes." And I said, "How are they white people's shoes?" She said, "White people don't wear Harley Davidson." And I said, "So all of a sudden now they're not nice shoes anymore, they're white people's shoes." So then we started going back and forth with each other, and then my mother got into the conversation, and at first I was like, "I'm not going to get into this, not on Christmas Day. I'm not going to do this."
Well, what did your mother say when she got in the conversation?
It was basically the thing I've heard my entire life.
You think you're white?
That I think I'm white. If I could, I would, and I quote, "divorce the family if I could."
Well, would you?
If there was
Would
a
you
pill I
divorce
could
your
take,
race?
I would turn white.
But you have said there are times you wish you were white.
But that does not mean that I would actually do it. I mean, there are countless people wish that they were something that they weren't. I mean, how many people when they were little wish they could fly?
Well, if they walked up with you for like a pill or something today and said, "Okay, Robert, here, there you go, do it," would you do it?
No.
Well,
Why?
let's bring Mom in. Betty, I thank you for joining us. How are you today?
I'm all right.
What was your impression of what happened on that Christmas Day? Because these boots, these Harley Davidson boots, only symbolized a lot of the anguish it sounds like your family's going through Robert's decision and his choices to feel more comfortable and want to feel more white. I mean, what does that do to a mother who has a racially confused child?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that Robert has a better education than I does. He speaks very well, more so than I. But first of all, that wasn't the issue. Robert do think he's white. He acts like he's white, and he thinks white. He's my son, and I love him. I love him dearly. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. Mm-hmm. But the thing of it is, every time Robert comes home, he has to go out. He was only going to be here for one day. He has never came home and stayed directly here. I asked him to please stay because I wanted to talk to him about some health issues. He didn't want to. I said, "Robert, you're not going to be here but one day. Why go out with your friends when you can stay here with me and let me talk to you one-on-one?" It all started from there. The boots came later.
Miss Betty, with all respect, I hear are two things here, that maybe those white friends of his symbolize just your son not being at home with you. You say that he acts white. What is it to act white?
Robert never
thinks white. I think that's what you said. He thinks white. What is thinking white?
He don't think like black people think. He don't act like black people act. On several occasions, we've had family reunions. He would find we'd always have it at an open place, a park or something. He wouldn't eat with us. He'd get his food. He'd go to a table with white people. He would never.
Go on. I'm sorry.
He would never sit with us, and he have told us on several occasions that he just wished he was white because white people have a better life than black people.
Robert, what do you say in response to this? Because I can almost, and correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't want to disagree with my mother because she is my mother and I have the utmost respect for her. Mm-hmm. However, I will say that some of the things that I've heard from my recollections aren't very true. I don't remember family reunions where I would go sit with white people that weren't our family. If it's a family reunion, obviously I'm going to be with the family. Mm-hmm. As far as my thinking white and acting white and being white, mm-hmm. There you see. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I deal with when I go home. So there again, that's why I don't like to go home.
Well, Robert, I got to tell you, I grew up very much like you did. We're the only black family in my neighborhood, the only black in my high school, and I got chased by black kids because I thought I was white, talk like I was white. I know the feeling. But I remember at home, my parents never let me forget the contributions that my people made, never let me forget who I was, and thought it very important for me to go to a black college after that experience so I would get to know more who I was, because I'm going to need that. And I wonder from you, Betty, are you helping Robert understand more about his culture so that he can have, I mean, if you're going to take his identity that way, you got to give your son something.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. I have 4 kids. 4. Robert is the darkest of them all. And my daddy's daddy, my granddaddy is a white man. Robert got more thinking from him than he did from anybody.
Well, it sounds like that's his family.
Well, see, Robert is really mixed up inside. I would like for him to get more understanding of what family life is about. But he never wants to be with his family. When he comes home, he's still not here. He is not here.
Maybe it's because he's not getting the acceptance that he needs to be home and feel loved. When we come back, we're going to meet a black man who is begging his white buddy to stop trying to act so black. Only in America, folks. Only in America. We'll be right back in a minute. What is acting black? Trey, why don't you tell me, Jesse? You're the one accused of you're accused of acting black, and I'm not.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what acting black is.